Mitral leaflet case. You can see this image. This is anterior mitral leaflet. Is Flail. That means the tip is directed towards left atrium. So you can see that the anterior mitral leaflet is not getting proper support. So finally goes inside left atrium, and its tip is directed towards left atrium. So ultimately this anterior mitral leaflet is called Flail. Next image, same thing. You can see this anterior mitral leaflet is Flail. There becomes gap between anterior mitral leaflet and posterior mitral leaflet during systole. And whenever you see any anatomical gap in 2D image, definitely this case will have severe mitral regurgitation. So if you get any region for MR in 2D image, then that case must have severe mitral regurgitation. This is next image. This is the flow across aorta. You can see the peak velocity is less than 4 meter per second. Less than 400 centimeter per second, that means 4 meter per second. So peak aortic velocity is less than 4 meter per second, indicating not severe aortic stenosis, but by continuity equation this case has severe aortic stenosis. This is the point to learn from this video, that whenever you find acute severe MR, in that case you will not get severe aortic stenosis by gradient criteria. Whether you utilize P gradient or mean gradient, you will not get severe aortic stenosis. Even the aortic stenosis is severe, you will get less than severe. That is, aortic stenosis is underestimated in this case, because whenever left ventricle contracts, blood goes into left atrium and aorta. So less amount of blood goes through aortic valve. So ultimately less gradient comes in spite of severe aortic stenosis. So continuity equation is must in this case to find out severe aortic stenosis. In this case you can see the peak velocity is less than 4 meter per second in spite of severe aortic stenosis. That is the point to know. So you have to apply continuity equation in this case. Now you see the anterior mitral leaflet Flail. In that case there will be eccentric mitral regurgitation jet that will go posteriorly. So when the problem is with anterior mitral leaflet, then the MR jet will be posterior, regurgitation will be posteriorly directed. When the lesion is in the posterior mitral leaflet, then the MR jet will be going anteriorly. In this case it is AML Flail. AML is Flail, so the jet is directed posterior laterally. That is the point to know. Again you see that in this image 4 chamber view, you can see this is the anterior mitral leaflet almost getting Flail. There becomes some gap during the peak systole between posterior and anterior mitral leaflet. Through this gap, severe eccentric mitral regurgitation that is directed, you can see this image laterally. So posterior laterally directed mitral regurgitation happens in this case. So one point is, whenever AML is having pathology, then the jet is towards posterior. When the posterior mitral leaflet has problem, then the jet will be directed towards anterior. That is the point to know. Again you see the color Doppler 4 chamber view, apical 4 chamber view. You can see this is eccentric MR jet, and jet is making a circle like movement, making a round movement. It means same jet is coming in red flow. You see in this image, you see this jet is coming like this and then going like this. So this is highly turbulent, so mosaic color, mixed color, and this red color is also a part of MR jet that is coming like this. This is coming like this. You can just follow the arrow in the video, you will see jet is coming like this and then going like this, so making a circle like movement. circular movement within the left atrium. So in spite of less area, this jet has got severe regurgitation. So severe mitral regurgitation in this case. In spite you get less amount of area. This is mosaic color. So that you have to remember, whenever you find eccentric jet, you want to see whether the circle is both blue and red in the same time, because when the MR jet starts, that comes and then it gets reversed in direction. Red becomes red after the hitting the left atrial roof. So that is the point to know in this case. You can see. Next image, again the same thing, the velocity across the aortic valve. You can see the peak velocity is less than 4 meters per second. In spite of severe aortic stenosis, we have to apply continuity equation in this case, because the gradient wise it will be the less than severe, but in reality it is severe aortic stenosis. That you can easily find if you apply continuity equation whenever you find acute MR or chronic MR in case of severe aortic stenosis. See, apical 4-chamber view, you can see how the anterior mitral leaflet becomes flail. Cause of this flail mitral leaflet is the rupture of the Cordae. You can see here the Cordae that is attached to anterior mitral leaflet has broken. It means anterior mitral leaflet has got no support from Cordae. It means Cordae has ruptured. Cordae tendon has ruptured, and that is leading to anterior mitral leaflet to be flail. Sometimes you will get papillary muscle rupture, but most often you will get caudal rupture, because it is easy to break Cordae compared to that of papillary muscle. In next image, again you see the jet is eccentric and posteriorly directed. That is overall point to know from this video. Simply revising, anterior mitral leaflet flail, it means there must be either Cordae rupture or papillary muscle rupture. Cordae rupture is more common compared to papillary muscle rupture. Second thing, when AML is flail, jet has to be directed towards posteriorly. Severe aortic stenosis, you will miss by gradient wise. Whether you take peak gradient or mean gradient, you have to apply continuity equation, because whenever left ventricle contracts, blood goes into aorta and into left atrium at the same time. Same amount of blood has to go into aorta and left atrium. So ultimately blood is going through aorta as becomes less. So less gradient in spite of severe aortic stenosis, and that will be solved by continuity equation. You cannot find in this video continuity equation, but in reality I have taken continuity equation. So I am using laptop to record this video, so I cannot show you that. Actually I am not using ultrasound machine, so that I am not able to show you that. But this case has got severe aortic stenosis. Simply you have to know, you have to apply continuity equation whenever you find AS with severe MR. Again same thing, anterior mitral leaflet is flail. Flail definition wise, the tip of this leaflet has directed towards left atrium. You can see this left atrium. Thank you.